Episode 316. The three of them had arrived at the guild studio. The entire room was so quiet, you could hear a pin dropped. Jiang Yu Ye Weiyang and the striker player had their account cards and computers commandeered. With all the other machines occupied, the three of them had no choice but to grab some stools and squeeze in to watch the action. Watching over a pro's shoulder isn't the best idea. To glean any insight from a pro's first-person view, you've got to keep up with their thoughts and moves. Clearly, none of the people here had that kind of confidence, so they all just crowded around the other guy.
What is this?
Jiang Yu and the others crowded around the computer, having just squeezed into the room to spectate. One look at Lord Grimm's team composition, and they were instantly stunned. Blade Master Lu Mu wasn't there. Launcher Windward Mist wasn't here. Battle Mage Soft Mist wasn't on the team. Brawler Steamed Bun Invasion and Ghostblade 1-inch Ash were also absent. No, Lord Grimm's team currently has 4 members, but their classes don't match up, and their names are completely unfamiliar. Jiang Yu turned back in surprise, just in time to see Han Wenqing looking toward Zhang Xinji.
What about the people you mentioned?
The duel challenge didn't specify who had to fight.
Zhang Xinji stated plainly.
Ready to begin?
Lord Grimm had already asked the question.
Who the hell has he rounded up this time?
Jiang Yu, who had thought everything was foolproof, now felt a wave of unease. He had complete faith in the team, but the problem was, only half the team was here. What if the sharpshooter and the blade master turned out to be weak links? You're telling me? The sharpshooter and the blade master were far more nervous than Jiang Yu at that moment. The prospect of fighting alongside the legendary Han Wenqing had already rattled them. Now, seeing Lord Grimm bring in yet another bizarre group, their hearts sank even deeper into turmoil. They shared Jiang Yu's fear, the dread of being the weak link.
Begin.
In the game, Han Wenqing had already decisively replied to Lord Grimm's message. Jiang Yu and the others had no time to think. The screen before them flashed, and the match had begun. The map was still random. The final load was the circular arena, a super simple, straightforward map, just like a one-on-one duel platform. This map is simply larger, a flat circular plane. It offers no exploitable terrain features whatsoever. No professional team would ever pick a map like this for their home turf.
Good map.
Han Wenqing was right. With the map laid bare like this, there's no room for maneuvering. Victory will be decided purely by teamwork and skill.
You 4, handle the others. I'll go see what this Lord Grimm is made of.
Han Wenqing gave his orders. Zhang Xinji may be a tactical mastermind, but that doesn't automatically make him the shot caller. In any team, the captain always has the final say on the field. But Zhang Xinji's talent was never buried. Otherwise, his reputation as a tactical master wouldn't be so renowned throughout the entire alliance. Whether it was pre-battle tactical planning or in-the-moment adjustments, Zhang Xinji's voice always carried significant weight. Having 2 commanders is usually a recipe for disaster in a team, but in Tyranny, it works in perfect harmony. It has to be said, Han Wenqing and Zhang Xinji are a remarkably well-synchronized pair. They seamlessly switch roles as commander, complementing each other perfectly. The team has to follow orders from both of them. What happens if their orders conflict? Unfortunately, I've never encountered one yet. With that, Han Wenqing's Fistmaster charged forward, taking up a wind-swept stance.
On me.
Zhang Xinji called out. The 4 of them moved. The wind formation stance used 1 person as the arrowhead, with the remaining 2 flanking left and right, forming a 5-man wedge. It's an effective way to disrupt the enemy's formation. However, the spearhead role demands a lot. During the charge, the spearhead can be surrounded and attacked by the opponent in a short time, and they need to be able to hold their ground under such pressure. Tyranny team favored this relentless forward-charging formation, and Han Wenqing was always their spearhead. Right from the start, they deployed their signature formation. The sharpshooter and the blade master stood at the arrow's tail, their hearts surging. They'd often mimic the team's wind formation in their own skirmishes, but who'd have thought they'd one day be charging forward under the cover of Han Wenqing's spearhead? The 5 of them advanced, maintaining their formation while sizing up their opponents. Zhang Xinji's heart skipped a beat. The way those 5 were advancing was a complete mess. Despite Zhang Xinji's tactical expertise, he couldn't make heads or tails of this formation. Zhang Xinji wasn't spooked by the bizarre formation. He immediately thought of Ling Ling Kill, the player who'd been slacking off in the last match.
No way.
Zhang Xinji was taken aback. Could it be that Lord Grimm had simply brought along 4 benchwarmers for this match? Is this sheer overconfidence, or has he already predicted our lineup and decided to just throw this match? If that's the case, why did he agree in the first place? Could it be? Zhang Xinji had no time to think further. The two sides had already collided at the map's center. With such a straightforward map, there was no need for either side to waste time on tactical setups or travel. Barely a dozen seconds into the match, the battle was already underway. Han Wenqing didn't care if their formation was strong or weak. He always gave his all. His right foot kicked off the ground, launching him skyward with a fist skill and the launching move, high flying kicked. The first man was instantly kicked skyward. Han Wenqing's right fist shot out, a wind howl accompanying the strike, a fist skill combined with the ability Shattering Fist. The man charging from the right was blasted away, bowling over the attacker who'd been rushing up right behind him. In the blink of an eye, 3 opponents were downed. Jiang Yu and the others couldn't tell if Han Wenqing was just that strong, or if their opponents were simply too weak. But Han Wenqing had said he was going to find Lord Grimm and test his skills. As for these 3, he paid them no mind at all. His character surged forward one more step, finally meeting Lord Grimm head-on. Han Wenqing struck first. His striker threw a lunging punch. Lord Grimm leapt back to dodge, but the striker instantly shifted from fist to foot, lashing out with a front kick. It was as if he borrowed the momentum of the punch, making the kick even more vicious and swift, shooting toward Lord Grimm as he was still airborne in his backward jump. A puff of smoke. Lord Grimm, who had taken the kick head-on, vanished. It was just a shadow clone. Jiang Yu, watching from the sidelines, nearly cried out. They watched as Lord Grimm, in that split second, managed to pull off a shadow clone technique, his true form flashing behind Han Wenqing's striker. True to his reputation, Han Wenqing reacted instantly. As the shadow clone dissolved into smoke, his character charged straight through it. He spun around just in time to see Lord Grimm's spear, already thrusting forward like a venomous snake. In that moment, anyone else would have been relieved to dodge the strike, but not Han Wenqing. He didn't retreat. He turned and stepped forward instead, pressing the attack. His character's hands shot out, crossing to clamp down on the spear shaft, the striker's level 30 block and break skill, disarmed. The block and break skill is a rather unique type of priority attack. Literally, this skill can be broken down into 2 parts, the block and the counter. The block part is about parrying an opponent's attack, while the break part is an attempt to counterattack. In terms of pure concept, you wouldn't need a skill for this. Any player fighting normally would do the same thing, but when executed as a skill, the block and the break are one seamless move. If you successfully block the opponent's attack, the follow-up break is guaranteed to land. It's a system-enforced assist. In other words, if a block and break skill lands, it's a guaranteed counterattack. But successfully executing a block and break technique is far from easy. First, the prerequisite is the block. Without the block, there's no break. So, the block and break technique can only be used when the opponent is attacking. If your opponent is just standing there passively, and you rush in with an empty hand catches the blade move, you're just putting on a show. You'll be waiting for them to beat you black and blue. Instead of retreating, Han Wenqing pressed forward, using a block and strike technique to deliver the most powerful counterattack directly at Lord Grimm.